Even amidst the Kyrie Irving drama and James Harden not being so great to start the year, the Brooklyn Nets have been really good. 7-3 at the time I'm recording this video. No matter what issues they have, the Brooklyn Nets are going to be a great NBA team because they are loaded with so much freaking talent. Well, today I'm going to fix that for the rest of the NBA, or more likely, I'm going to break it for the Nets. I'm sorry in advance, Nets fans. I'm sorry. As you can see from the title, today I'm giving away all their superstars because I want to. And because it's going to be fun. I'm hoping to achieve two things in this video. I'm going to see how the Brooklyn Nets can do a crazy rebuild automatically. I'm not going to do it after I give away all their stars for future assets. And I also want to see how the rest of the NBA plays out. Where do these superstars land? We redistribute some big names, and we'll see how the next few years in the NBA could look. First things first, Durant, Harden, Irving, they are all getting traded. All them stars, baby. After I find trades for them, I'm putting this bad boy into automation. I'm not making any decisions. Also, the trades I'm looking for, not straight up for these superstars. For example, Kyrie, I mean, we could get back Paul George for him. No, I want draft picks. I want these Nets to have to rebuild. Oh, look who has salary if I put in John Wall. It's the Houston Rockets. I won't give them back Harden, but we'll give them Kevin Durant, sure. I will take back the Nets 3 first-round picks they traded for Harden. They might have even given more. We're not interested in this trade. Really, for Kevin Durant, how about 2 firsts and John Wall? I just got fleeced. I'm sorry, Brooklyn. Ayo, while we're in the habit of sending players to former teams, how about instead of Durant back to the Warriors, Harden back to the Warriors? We got Wiggins, Kuminga, a first-round pick. We do get a young stud here. We don't want to take the extra salary. You have to. Oh yes, James Harden to Kyrie Irving's old Cleveland Cavaliers. This would work. Kevin Love, Ricky Rubio, horrible contracts. A couple firsts. Yeah, let's do. No, they don't like it. Okay, how about 1 first and a first down the line 2025? Nope, don't like that. Okay, how about 1 first-round pick? What in the world? Do you not want James Harden, bro? Okay, fine. The Celtics are where it's at. These draft picks probably won't be good, but I'm looking for 2 firsts. I'll take back Horford and Richardson in exchange for Harden. I feel like I just got fleeced for the Nets again, but who cares? How about Kyrie for D'Angelo Russell and an unprotected first? That actually works cap-wise, and they agreed to it. Okay, there we go. Welcome back to Brooklyn, D'Angelo Russell. We got Horford, we got Millsap, we got John Wall. That's not a very good lineup, but we just recouped. We've got 3 first-round picks in 2022, 3 in 2023. Okay, if the automated Brooklyn Nets GM can't do something with this, I don't know what to tell you. If the Celtics don't win or at least make the finals with Harden, Tatum, Brown, again, don't know what to tell you. I traded 2 established stars to 2 teams who always grow in this game. We got Irving to the Timberwolves. They should make the playoffs. Also, Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets to play with Christian Wood, Jalen Green. That's going to be scary in like 2 years, which is why we made this video, because I want to see. Okay, year 1 coming to a close. The Brooklyn Nets finish 30th, dead last in the league. LeBron MVP, a relatively realistic stat line actually there. Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year. Andre Drummond, 6th man. Yeah, we saw that coming. All NBA first team. I'm looking for these former Nets. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, all NBA second team. James Harden on the Celtics. KD on the Rockets. There you go. Into the playoffs. KD is in a play-in game with the Rockets. Wow. Kyrie and the Timberwolves, the 4 seed. Oh, that draft pick's not going to be good. And also James Harden to the Celtics. That draft pick's not going to be good. So hopefully the Rockets don't make it through the play-in, and they absolutely do. Shout out to KD. Year 1 for the Brooklyn Nets without their stars, 25-57, worst record in the NBA. Oh wait, I traded for our Brooklyn Nets pick back. Perfect. That will be something special. League leaders, Beal averaged 36 points a game. Oh my word. Okay, Kyrie right up there with 27 a game. Nice. Player stats, John Wall, a renaissance season. Didn't lead to W's, but 26.7 assists per game. Yowza. What was up with my guy KD? I didn't see him near the top of the league in scoring. KD, 26 points a game. Not bad. Jalen Green developing. Okay, let's check out these playoffs with an eye on the former Nets stars. KD eliminated in 7 games, almost made it through. Kyrie's off to round 2, so is James Harden. We'll simulate a little round 2. Kyrie and the Timberwolves are eliminated, but Harden, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum off to the conference finals, where they make the finals versus the Lakers. An OG rivalry, Celtics versus Lakers. Very, very interesting. And wow, in year 1, I put Harden onto a contender, and he gets his finals MVP, his ring. I don't know how you all feel about Harden, but honestly, you love to see it. The old guy getting over, it's good stuff. I don't know what I just said. He's not old. Anyways, year 1 goes to Harden and the Celtics. By the way, speaking of Celtics and Lakers, on my second channel, Basketball Cinema, I revisit old moments from the NBA I do in-depth breakdowns on historic NBA moments. Today, I actually posted a video on one of the OG Celtics vs Lakers NBA Finals series. Jerry West, Bill Russell, it's good stuff. You guys should go watch it. Link in the description. Just go click on it after you're done this one. Okay, we simulated the offseason. Into year 2 we go, and let me look at what happened in the offseason this way with the transaction report. I'm gonna filter over to the Nets. We'll take a look at what happened in the league elsewhere, but the Nets why would they re-sign Al Horford? Why would you do that? Nicholas Claxton, they gave him big money. Those are some questionable decisions. No big trades, nothing. All right. Somehow Steve Nash remained on as head coach, didn't get fired after a horrible year. I like it, management. Just show some trust in the guy. But we should be able to filter out and see who did we draft. Jalen Duren. So the Nets ended up with the 3rd overall pick. The lottery kind of screwed him just a bit. Day'Ron Sharpe was he was a last year pick. Okay. Who was the other 2022 picks? Keegan Murray drafted 30th overall. That would have been the Celtics pick. Fair enough. Kessler Edwards. Nope. Is there not? Didn't they have 3? Oh, here, 25th overall. Keontae Johnson. They picked a 23-year-old. Ugh. Oh no, I don't like those 3 draft picks. I mean, Jalen Duren could certainly be a player. He will be a player. He already is. But the other 2, I feel kind of like they wasted just a bit. Okay, the Houston Rockets retained Kevin Durant. He's under contract. Jalen Green, Christian Wood, Kevin Porter, all developing. They're going to be legit. The Timberwolves, Kyrie, Towns, Anthony Edwards, and 86. Yo, Anthony Edwards gets so good in this game. I'm curious where he ends up. I'm sure James Harden is starting to slip overall a bit, but they won their title already, and he's still a 90. Whoa, Tatum's a 93. Elsewhere, I'm not seeing anything else crazy. Ja Morant a 93 overall already. LaMelo a 92. Okay, I am seeing some crazy stuff. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a 90 overall. Woo, there is some gnarly development. What about my Cavs? I always love seeing what the Cavs are doing. They didn't want to trade for one of my stars, Garland Mobley. Okay, let's get through season 2 and see what happens. Maybe the Nets make some deadline moves. Just please be smart. I'm trying to see them be smart. All right, year 2, Luka Doncic just went nuclear. 35 points a game, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. My word, Chet Holmgren. The Hornets got Holmgren. Yo, him and LaMelo are gonna go wild. Davion Mitchell, 6th man. Okay. All NBA first team Luka, Ja. Wow, look at Ja. Jimmy Butler's still there. Old man, 33-year-old Jimmy. Wow, shout out Tatum, 2nd team All NBA. Nothing from Kevin Durant. None of the All NBA teams. Wow. Into the playoffs, we see KD's Rockets and Kyrie's Timberwolves. Amazing. James Harden Celtics, 6th. Okay. The Nets we didn't qualify for anything. 29th in the NBA this year though, making very slight progress. Luka was unreal this season. Holy moly, those numbers are honestly just silly. There's KD, averaged 28 points. He's very good. They just didn't show him any love. John Wall, not as impressive numbers. Bro, Victor Oladipo's back. He was a part of that James Harden trade. He was never a Brooklyn Net. They picked up Victor Oladipo sometime and Doug McDermott. Jalen Duren, pretty good rookie season. Let me check the transactions. Actually, I probably should have done this year 1, 2, just in case. Whoa, my goodness. Okay, there is a lot. So they signed Victor Oladipo on like a veteran minimum. Now that's a pretty smart move. They traded Horford's contract for Doug McDermott. Okay, they got rid of Joe Harris, Garrison Matthews for Eric Gordon. I don't know about that. And they finally fire Steve Nash, and they bring in Mike Stauffer. What a legend, bruh. But let's do it. Let's keep an eye on our old Brooklyn Nets superstars. KD and the Rockets come back against Kyrie and the Timberwolves. Ooh, and James Harden's ousted on the other side of things. KD off to the conference finals. Okay. Do we have Harden winning year 1, KD winning year 2? No. The Pelicans come back. Not even a good performance from Zion or anything. KD 32 points in a loss. That is crazy. Heat and Pelicans. And the New Orleans Pelicans, not even affected by my reshuffling of the NBA superstars. They picked up nobody. Zion just ascending to greatness as a 94 overall glass cleaning slasher. I guess that works, bro. All right, we're beginning year 3 now. We are flying through this transaction. Too many to look at as an entire league, but let's go. The Nets had a bunch of draft picks this offseason. They hired Billy Donovan to work as their head coach. What happened to Mike Stauffer? Like, he was there for 2 months. Whoa, Miles Bridges, I'm curious what his overall is. That looks like a good signing. They bring back Karis LeVert. That seems okay. Marquise Chris has some depth. Yo, they might be building something here depending on what those draft picks ended up being. Okay, so Miles Bridges, 4 years, 100 million. That's a pretty reasonable contract for a 25-year-old who's 85 overall. Not sure how he will develop as a number 1 option, but looking good. Jeffrey McCarthy drafted 1st overall, 7'3". Holy moly, he's a beast. I definitely forgot to download the 2023 draft class, so he's just an automated player. It's cool. He looks like a legit stud, but to go along with Jalen Duren, they also still have Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharpe. That's too many centers, okay? And they signed Miles Bridges. Not a freaking point guard in sight on this lineup. I kind of love it. Just ultimate chaos right here. We'll keep our eye on what the Nets do with their young talent. The Rockets still got KD at a 97, Jalen Green at an 89. I don't think they're losing in the conference finals this year, guys. That's my prediction. The Timberwolves, Kyrie still a 90. I feel like this is interesting. He is definitely stifling Anthony Edwards' growth just a bit. Edwards by this time is almost always a 90 plus overall. He only averaged 21 points a game last year. Very interesting. Their team is still good, but I don't think Kyrie is letting Ant Edwards reach his ceiling. What do we got on the Celtics? James Harden now down to an 86, but Tatum up to a 95. This is a team they probably should be competing. I think we might see Rockets versus Celtics in the finals this year. Oh, LeBron is definitely retired at this point. I'm looking at the Lakers. Unless he signed somewhere else, I think he's gone, so and the Lakers look weak. Overall, the best players in the league looking normal. LaMelo Ball's a 96. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Zion Williamson after his finals MVP. Cade Cunningham way up there. Same with Evan Mobley. Makes sense. Checks out. Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Green, 89 overall. The Cavs looking deadly as, again, Darius Garland is an 88. Okay, yeah, I think LeBron retired. Very interesting. Lots of storylines once again to look at. I wonder if the Nets will win more games this year with all their 9 million centers. Not really out the gates. Oh, there's a couple. Yeah. Okay, so for a while in the simulation, the Nets were actually hovering around fringe playoff contention, but wasn't meant to be. Again, 14th in the conference. We get a Joel Embiid MVP. Ooh, the Nets' big new 1st overall draft pick, Jeff McCarthy, wins Rookie of the Year. Okay, Chet Holmgren went from Rookie of the Year to Most Improved Player. My word, I'm scared of this Hornets team. Both LaMelo and Lonzo on 2nd team All-NBA. Finally, KD gets some love there. Kyrie Irving pops back up on 3rd team. Into the playoffs, as predicted, bruh. The Houston Rockets, KD, Jalen Green up 1st in the conference. Kyrie and the Timberwolves are 3rd. James Harden and the Celtics are 5th. The Hornets come in at 2nd place. The Nets do not make the playoffs. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks are a play-in team. Why does that always happen? It's kind of wild. Player stats for the Nets. What in the world? Kemba Walker. Okay, they're back to making poor decisions. Kemba Walker on most likely a massive contract ends up here. I guess they needed a point guard, to be fair. Lots of scoring depth on this team. Miles Bridges, pretty good season. Jalen Duren and Jeffrey McCarthy finding a way to coexist. Okay. Wait, if they traded away Nick Claxton, some of their depth big men, that's actually kind of a W. I don't really love Kemba as a fit here, but the Nets traded Keontae John. Where'd they get Kemba? Oh, they signed Kemba right when the season started. Okay, to a minimum deal. I mean, fair enough. They got Rondé Hollis, Jefferson, Kendrick Nunn. Don't really like those moves though. There's certainly some production though, some growth I should say from some of these players. Still too many centers, but they're doing an okay job with the rebuild. But let's get to the playoffs, man. I'm super curious. Again, I predicted the Rockets and the Celtics in the finals. I think the Hornets are gonna have something to say about that in the East, but I'm looking at the West. Kyrie and the Timberwolves move on. So do Jalen Green, Kevin Durant, and the Rockets. The Hornets upset round 1. Oh my word, those Cavaliers, bruh. Even as a 7th seed, they're deadly. Darius Baisley and Jarrett Allen leading the way. LaMelo, bruh, what happened in the playoffs, homie? James Harden and the Celtics also advance, by the way. And into round 3 are James Harden and the Celtics. Again, Kevin Durant and those stacked Rockets cannot get over past Zion and the Pelicans. What in the world? Let me look at this Pelicans roster. I mean, it's not like they're finishing 1st in the conference either. Just come playoff time and they're just built different. We got okay, I see it. Zion in 95, Ingram in 88, Jonas Valanciunas is still way up there, and they got depth. Okay, I get it. They end up with John Wall on a veteran minimum. That is fair enough, man. I mean, this Rockets team I think should be better, but 2 years in a row they've lost. And this is why I love making these videos. It's so random. Okay, the Wizards and the Pelicans. This is 3 years ahead of time. Like in 3 years, can we see the Wizards being in the finals? Anybody? Just anybody? I should figure out who the Wizards are on because they just beat Tatum, Brown, Harden, and the Celtics. With Beal, they picked up Zach LaVine and Clint Capella. That's a reasonable big three, and they got some depth. I mean, fair enough. It makes sense. Different teams are just better at developing. And that team includes the Washington Wizards, a new champion in year 3. Zach LaVine taking home finals MVP over Brad Beal. Super interesting. Wow, this NBA, this is crazy, man. Nothing for Durant or Kyrie, just some deep playoff runs. Only Harden with the win, and the Nets are on the rise. I think they must have another couple first-round picks here. Let me see what happens in the offseason. Oh, and the Nets getting some love with the preseason power rankings up there. I think those are reflected through how the teams are viewed, right? Like, I'm not a complete idiot, am I? Anyways, let's look at offseason transactions. Doesn't include draft picks, but the Nets signing Bogdan Bogdanovic, Jamal Peterson, and okay, so nothing too crazy. But their roster, oh my word, this dude is growing like crazy. So if we go back to the 2022 draft, 3rd overall, Jalen Duren, he's had a couple pretty good seasons. 83 overall, feels like he's kind of hitting a minor ceiling, but this dude, Jeffrey McCarthy, 1st overall in 23, won Rookie of the Year. He's now an 88 overall. Still don't like the roster construction here, but also Miles Bridges, Karis LeVert at an 82. This boy, Day'Ron Sharpe, looking good. Bogdan has slipped a bit, but they built a team with some pretty nice depth, some insane elite big men, obviously, with those draft picks. Very interesting, Brooklyn. Good stuff. Our former Nets, Kyrie still a 90 overall. Ant Edwards still hitting a ceiling because Kyrie's there. I don't know if this team's gonna win a chip. The Houston Rockets, I still believe, dude. Kevin Durant is still a 96 overall. Jalen Green, I mean, he's a 92. They added Kobe White. They've got Alperen Sengun. Like, this team, they've got to do it. They've got to win. They've got to at least make the finals. Otherwise, it's a giant failure for the Rockets. And finally, the Celtics. What's James Harden looking like here? An 84 overall. He's basically back to 6-man Harden. They could still be competitive, though. Some other teams that we've seen growing, Lonzo in 97, CHET Holmgren in 90. Why would they add Rudy Gobert? That is just so dumb, 2K. Like, just, they could have spent 1 year, 43 mil on a guard or something else. The Cavs haven't really added a 3rd elite piece beside Mobley and Garland. I don't think this is their simulation. I've seen them do smarter things in other simulations. Giannis, LaMelo atop the lead, Tatum, Doncic right there too. No crazy surprises at the top end. Whoa, Cade Cunningham. His stats haven't been like that crazy, but he's a 94 overall now. That is legit. CHET Holmgren way up there. Scotty Barnes, haven't seen him in the Raptors pop up yet, but he's up to an 89 overall. Makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, this might be the last season we do, depending on how it plays out. I will have to see, the videos getting long, but in year 4, do we get another new champion? Do we see the Nets finally in their rebuild make the playoffs? Let's find out. Oh my, the Nets are really competing for a playoff spot now. I think they're gonna make it too. 6th in the conference. They lose their final game, but yes, finishing 6th in the conference, the Brooklyn Nets. LaMelo MVP. Ben Simmons, 6th man of the year. Giannis is just owning the DPOY trade. They should just name it after him. John Kuminga, nice. LaMelo MVP, 1st team All-NBA. This is like his coming out party for sure this season. Tatum, 1st team All-NBA. Kyrie still kicking around, still elite as a 91 overall with the Timberwolves. No Kevin Durant in sight, no Brooklyn Nets in sight. Out in the West, Durant, Jalen Green, and the Rockets are still the 1st seed. Kyrie and the Timberwolves are the 3rd seed. Look at OKC. I've been sleeping on my boy Shea. He's doing work out there. The Hornets, number 1 seed in the East. James Harden and the Celtics, the 2 seed. And in year 4, the Nets are indeed back in the playoffs. Let's take a look at the transaction report to first see if the Nets made any interesting moves. Okay, a big trade. Bogdan, a 2nd pick swap for Juan Hernangomez. That's not interesting. They did pick up Jordan Clarkson. I kind of like that move. Whoa, this was a big trade. De'Aaron Fox from the Kings and a 1st for Clint Capella and Kyle Kuzma. Bro, the Wizards, they won the chip last year, and then they do that. That seems like a really smart move. There's so many names, it's hard to like pick one out, but that seems crazy. Where are the Wizards at? They missed the playoffs. They were in the freaking play-in. Okay, I mean, what? And Sacramento made the playoffs. They traded De'Aaron Fox. They got Clint Capella. Hey, he's got that championship pedigree, bro. I'm telling you, dude, I enjoy making these videos so much. Like, crazy things happen. It's just so funny to react to. Anyways, the Nets led by Karis LeVert. Miles Bridges, a pretty okay season. Jeff McCarthy at an 89 overall. is kind of just like a double machine. He doesn't score a whole lot, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players averaging double figure scoring. I mean, they got depth. In terms of overalls, McCarthy 89. This is not a championship winning team, but in 4 seasons, pretty good recovery after I decimated them, trading all their stars. But let's check it. Round 1. I should focus on the Nets, of course. You know, they're the team we're looking at here. Do they beat the 76ers? Joel Embiid has won an MVP in this universe, and he is going down. He's going down in round 1. Oh my word, we've got James Harden and the Celtics round 2. Unbelievable. Kyrie and Kevin Durant off to round 2 as well. Brooklyn Nets player stats round 1 of the playoffs. LeVert still stepping it up. This dude Cam Thomas, who's been around for a minute, at a 78 overall, also picking it up. Wow. I don't think they make it out of round 2, but hey, crazier things have indeed happened. Oh my goodness, they're off to round 3. We've got the Nets. We dispatch James Harden, his bum. Yeah, he's gone. Durant versus Kyrie in the West final. Finally, we're gonna see one of those teams in the NBA finals. Can we beat LaMelo Ball and CHET Holmgren to make the finals? If this happens, this should not happen. This should not. Okay, good. Okay, I don't even know what we would have done with this video if we ended up beating LaMelo. That would have just been nuts. Kevin Durant into the NBA final. Who wins it? This is a great place to end this simulation because it makes sense. 2 powerhouse teams. It's LaMelo. It is LaMelo Ball, finals MVP, regular season MVP, first team All-NBA. What a season for my guy, a 98 overall. It took 4 years, but the Brooklyn Nets not only made the playoffs, but went to the conference finals after I traded away James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. This video was brought to you by Science. We did an experiment and it was very, very fun. I appreciated it. If you guys did too, drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and check out my second channel, Basketball Cinema. Link in the description. Until the next science experiment, I'm Jay Canada. Peace.